Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu The Outer Worlds. So, wir wollten ja heute noch diese Fernsehshow-Quest machen. Ich denke, da kann ich hinlaufen. Muss nur den Weg dahin finden. Ah, ist es hier drin? Alles klar. Und dann aufs Dach hat er, glaube ich, gesagt. Da dann. Oh, mein Inventar ist ja schon wieder fast voll. So. Müssen wir dann danach nochmal schauen, was wir noch für Quests jetzt
My
haben?
cousin's in pictures. That business means piracy.
Kabati hatte noch eine
civil.
Quest.
If you could just leave me back at the
Great, you made it. Listen, I know you're expecting a script, but you're the real deal. Just go in there and do what feels natural. We gave the other actors real weapons to keep things authentic. And cause Josh is paying to see their logo on the big screen. See, I knew you'd get it. Now go in there, find your mark, and show us what you got.
Das wird jetzt eine blutige Geschichte, schätze ich mal.
Well, well. Here to stop us at last, Captain Steele? You're too late. All of this settlement CNP Hungry Time food pills, same nutritional value, but now with added filler, are ours. With their patented stomach stuffing effects and baseline vitamin content, we will be nigh unstoppable. They are? What an unexpected twist! You may have fooled me for now, but not for long.
Can I shoot someone? Wait, are we the good guys or the bad guys? Doesn't matter. I want to shoot someone.
Do you remember the last time we faced each other? The Battle of Axejack, staring one another down across the void of space while flaming debris fell like rain around us. Hey, I didn't write this. Just go with it. I had you surrounded and outgunned, but you overcame my superior numbers with tactical thinking and a Hammersmith limited edition grenade launcher. I've been waiting for 5 years now, and at last my day for vengeance has come.
Oh, ich kann nicht einschüchtern.
Yes, even you are powerless this time, Steel. I have this whole port wired with sub-micro energon transistors. Once we're away, I'll activate the gamma particulate field, and the quantaponic chain reaction will turn this whole place into vaporized plasma.
Plasma's already a vapor-like kind of thing. You can't re-vaporize it. Can you?
Quiet, you're supposed to be an extra. I hope you've paid your burial fees and signed your personal death and dismemberment waivers, because this is the end for you. Line. Never mind, I think that's scene. To the break room, everyone. I need my Moab fizzy tea.
Wow, diese ganzen Levelplatzierungen.
That was interesting, kid. Real novel take. Let's take 5.
Whatever he offers you, ask for more.
Rede mit Maverick.
There's my star. Walk and talk with me.
Erstmal alle eure Sachen klauen.
Hey, listen, I appreciate what you tried there. We've got to review your footage before we make a final decision, though. Look, sometimes you just gotta wait for your break, you know? Here, take this for making the trip down here. Don't call us. We'll call you.
Und man hat nie wieder was von ihnen gehört. Nichts zum Plündern, wie es aussieht. Naja, dann machen wir als nächstes. Das wäre Groundbreaker. Holbrook. Groundbreaker. Und das machen wir nicht. Das heißt, wir gehen erst nach Holbrook. Warum das jetzt Ruf beim Vorstand gegeben hat, weiß ich auch nicht. Aber gut. Naja, dann sind wir jetzt bald durch mit den ganzen Nebenquests und dann geht's wieder mit der Story weiter. Sollten wir ja die Folge dann vielleicht schaffen. Also die Nebenquests. So.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance
Ja,
on
ja, ist mir doch egal. So, wir wollen nach Fallbrook.
We're now in orbit above Fallbrook, Captain. I'll lock up.
Ellie brauchen wir ja für die Quest und Parvati für die andere Quest. Das heißt, es ist gut, diese Kombination, die wir gerade haben. Da geht's mal. Ach, natürlich, das ist dieser Versicherungsladen, wo wir schon waren. Mit der Mondimplosion und was weiß ich, was die alles da versichert haben.
This looks like
I see you're still in one piece. However, you never know when that could change. Consider our accidentally torn into tiny fragments coverage. Note that all of your fragments must be recovered and must be smaller than a standard bit cartridge for the payouts to kick in. I remember that one. That's the young socialite who broke her neck, right?
Of course, no one remembers me for the marauders I've killed or the bits I've stolen. Typical.
That claim was airtight. Our best investigators couldn't find an exclusion for that one. You can't, of course. Only Miss Fenhill can assign her beneficiaries. And she's dead. If we let every friend, relative, and acquaintance change a policy like that, people would do it all the time. Imagine the paperwork. Oh, you mean hypothetically? Well, hypothetically, you'd access the terminal in the back room that contains data on all our policies. And you'd theoretically add the beneficiary of your choice. But you wouldn't actually do that, of course. That would be fraud.
Natürlich.
I'm forbidden from accepting bribes, no matter how tempting. It's just that I'm still too junior for bribes. You have to do at least 10 years before you're eligible for company graft and kickback benefits. Very well. But just this once. I'll need the name of the new beneficiary.
Ellie Fenhill?
If you say so. The payouts will flow exclusively into the new account at the start of the month. I hope Ms. Fenhill enjoys her newfound prosperity.
Okay.
I need a word. You really did it. Give these payouts a few years and I'll be rolling in it. Hey, you did the real work. All I had to do was not be dead. I'm just glad my folks aren't gonna live off that awful story they made up. Maybe now they'll have to go back to real jobs. Yeah. The funny thing about getting what you want is then you gotta figure out what to do with it. I've never been much of a planner. Makes my eyeballs itch. If only you could have been my chief surgeon back in the day. Anyway, enough of that. You did a job for me, so here's your fee.
Gerahmter Versicherungscheck.
Don't make it weird. Even you've got to be in it for the money now and then. Why else would you go through all this trouble? You sure? Because my kind of friends will pick your pocket clean while they're getting hammered with you. you don't have to get all mushy about it. Still, maybe you've got a point. Maybe it's good to watch someone's back now and then so that one day they watch yours. So, you just keep the money. One of us has to look out for your interests. It's nothing personal. It's just the closest thing I've got to a code. Anyway, enough of the touchy-feelies, huh?
Alles klar.
Something on your mind?
Nope. Schon wieder ein Level Up. Aber erstmal zurück aufs Schiff. Dann gehen wir nach da. Fertigkeiten. Schloss knacken. So habe ich denn jetzt wieder -5. Also weil ich ein anderes Team habe. Felix. Nyoka. Und Vika Max. Keine Ahnung. Gut.
Crew report. Nyoka is drunk.
Auf zur Groundbreaker. Dann haben wir jetzt 2 Quests auf der Groundbreaker und dann geht's wieder nach Byzantium, oder? Crew bleibt so. So, das heißt jetzt zu Lilia Hagen und dann zu wie hieß die? Irgendwas mit J. Die potenzielle Freundin von Parvati. Die wird jetzt natürlich nicht glücklich sein, dass wir die Doktorin am Leben gelassen haben.
Is it done? Well, damn. Contractor grew a conscience. As your employer, I'm both angry and disappointed. I'll add that to your file. Technically, I owe you an exit interview. Care to justify your betrayal of our species, or are we finished here? You're awfully quick to trust someone who offed her colleagues and called it a good start. Out of my office. We're done.
This is why I always ask for half my payment up front.
You think maybe she's got an itchy trigger finger? I don't want to find out.
Ja, mache ich mir jetzt tatsächlich wenig Sorgen. Ich glaube schon, dass ich die relativ leicht platt machen könnte. Ach, mit Parvati auf dem Schiff. Shit. Upsi.
All right. She's on her way. How do I look? Oh, my hands have finally stopped shaking. All right, all right. Deep breath. Here I go.
Yunlei heißt sie, oder? Sie nach dem Date. Neues. Sich da jetzt einfach einmischen, ist doch auch irgendwie ein bisschen...
So I told him, Dad, I'm a big girl now.
Wow, und jetzt sind die mal gewaschen?
I can do it on my lonesome. I'm having the best time.
Unreliable verlassen? Hä? Also ja, die sollten schon ungestört sein, aber warum musste ich denn überhaupt erst hochgehen, nur um dann wieder runter zu gehen? Pavati jetzt mitnehmen ist ja ein bisschen komisch, oder? Okay, Quest hat sich aktualisiert. Ja, bis. Also jetzt wieder aufs Schiff. Mann! Das ist ja ein bisschen dämlich jetzt, oder? Gut, aber dann geht's ja gleich mit der Story weiter. Ist doch auch geil.
If you stop in the engine room, would you ask Parvati to send Sam down to the bridge?
Oh. Okay, Captain, she's gone. I feel like running laps around the cargo bay. So she got here, and the first thing she said was, "Oh, you smell nice, like mock apples." And I was like, "Yeah, new soap." And then she just sort of touched my arm real gentle-like and called the cut of my outfit elegant. I couldn't hear the rest on account of my heart was beating so hard. Then I led her into the kitchen. I think she about cried when she saw the spread.
Ich weiß, ich war da.
She stood stock still and just said, "Oh, real soft." Oh, and let me tell you, I was sweating. And then she blinked and said, "Is that dustback casserole?" I told her how we got Mr. Raymond to bake it for us, so it was double authentic. Made by a real live monarch person. Well, we talked a bunch over dinner about the things we learned just through messages, stuff we repaired, how I taught her to salvage and she taught me to build. When I brung out the sweetheart cakes, June, she got a little teary, said she had a thing she needed to say. But I stopped her because I wanted to say it first. I never felt so bold, Captain. One of us has got to be. We're both... June's so reserved and I'm so shy. I worried if I never said anything, nothing would ever get said, you know? I told her about how she made me feel. Bold like I acted. Strong. Smarter and kinder than I am on my lonesome. I listed all the things I liked about her. And then she pulled out a paper and read a speech. She talked about the things she admired about me, like my cleverness and my humor, and how it made her want to be more open.
Nerds, oder?
Anyhow, when she wrapped up, I asked her to be my girlfriend. And Captain, she said yes! It's all on your account, you know? Imagine if you'd never taken me out of Edgewater. I'd have never met Junlei at all. I don't know nothing about the Vicar's capital P plan, but you've sure changed my life. So, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna head to my cabin and happy scream into my pillow for like an hour.
Okay. Have fun. Was? Okay. Ach, die hat einen Vorteil erhalten. Aha.
I understand we have...
Schnauze.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain. Take someone to watch your back.
So, dann hauen wir Ellie aus dem Team und nehmen dafür dich wieder mit rein. Ich mag Ellie zwar, aber Sam ist irgendwie auch schon ziemlich geil. Mit seiner Säurekanone. So, wo müssen wir denn jetzt hin? Das ist beides hier oben irgendwo. Minuten und wir sind schon bei der Hauptquest angekommen. Das ist, denke ich, ganz gut. So, Wache des Ministers. Und da ist der Minister. Okay, das heißt, das ist der richtige Weg hier.
Hey, stand back, you. I'm part of Minister Clark's personal detail, and that means you gotta keep 5 feet back at all times. Yep, you're looking at the minister's newest personal guard. Right here. The others took me out to celebrate on account of me just getting hired and all. Oh, he's, medium height with, like, medium colored hair and, like, a kind of a medium face. Just like in his posters.
Wow.
Everyone tells me he's very private, okay? Besides, I just started. He's basically the most important person in the colony, which makes me the most important guard in the colony. That means I got a key to the minister's estate, my own personal UDL-issued shotgun. They don't give those out to just anyone. Yep, I've nearly made it to the top, my friend. I'm just 2 promotions away from on-the-job bathroom breaks. That's a great idea! I'll have a Spectrum vodka.
Captain, I can smell him from clear over here. I reckon he's had a fair number already.
Sure have, because today's my big day.
He's got powerful good ears, too.
And a powerful thirst. You have a Spectrum vodka for a new pal? Here's to me.
Ja, und damit kriege ich ihn betrunken genug, um den Schlüssel zu klauen, oder?
Great. Have I told you that? We should be friends. Wow, listen to me. I'm soaked. I should probably slow down before I'm face down on the tile somewhere. Who am I kidding? I could have another. You got another?
Ist natürlich Pavati jetzt nicht die beste Begleitung dafür.
It's not every day you get your dream job, right? Wow, you got like this crazy energy. Has anyone ever told you that? You're like a manosaur. You got a manosaur energy. Oh, Laws. I gotta stop. I'm seeing at least 2 of you. I really shouldn't. I'll have the worst hangover tomorrow if I don't stop. You know, that's a very good point. Yeah. Was that one supposed to taste like purple berry crunch? Or am I just tasting breakfast?
Preparing bodily waste. Collection receptacle.
I don't feel so good. I think I'm gonna be sick. I just need to sit down.
Bin ich jetzt an den Schlüssel? Ist gestorben? Okay. Bisschen crazy, dass er jetzt gestorben ist, aber... Oh, da kann man nicht drüber, oder was? Gut, aber jetzt kommen wir ins Anwesen von Minister rein. Das war ja das eigentliche Ziel.
Reminder, unit modifications performed by unauthorized technicians are not authorized by the parent company.
Oh, don't be such a stick in the mud. Doesn't it feel better to locomote without grit in your gears?
To gain authorized...
This property is off limits. Solicitors, loiterers, and uninvited visitors will be fined to the fullest extent of company policy. This ultimatum brought to you by Universal Defense Logistics. That's funny. The minister isn't expecting visitors, and you don't much look like one of those couriers from HPS. Sure you are. And what is it you're delivering today? Typical. Why don't you come back when you're ready to actually make a delivery?
Okay. Also wieder in die andere Richtung ran. Ist jetzt zum Glück überhaupt nicht nervig, hin und her zu rennen die ganze Zeit. hin, hier hin, hier hin.
I'm on my legally allotted break.
Ist das gesperrt oder was?
Wish I could do that.
Wenn wir schon hier drin sind.
Oh, you got that?
Gut. Dafür ein Levelwechsel, naja. Ein bisschen unbefriedigend, die ganzen Sachen nicht einzusammeln, aber darf man ja wieder nicht.
Nuh-uh. I just washed these coveralls last week. They're still spick and span.
Wie wir letzte Folge gesehen haben, könnte ich natürlich theoretisch alle
There's
abnutzen.
nothing to see here. Move along. Yeah? Let's see it. Looks like your papers are in order. All right. Go on through.
Mann, ist das einfach. So. Der Minister ist oben.
How did you get in here? You're not one of my guards. What are you doing here?
Oh, my law. Captain, that's the minister! Mr. Clark! Oh, wow.
If this is about another Aetherwave clip or radio spot, you may kindly fuck off, as the parlance goes. I'm not doing any more. Drugs, of course. What else would it be? I don't have any drugs. You should try a vending machine or a purveyor of curative goods.
He's got no idea what we're asking about.
Will that be all, then?
Eher nicht.
Oh dear, I don't think I can say this any more slowly. Unless... Of course! It's Rockwell again, who else? And I thought he was only holding me here to keep me out of the way. You are a quick study, indeed. I've long suspected Rockwell of transacting business in my name, but this proves it.
You've been all alone in this house? Would you like me to make you tea?
Please, this is important. Whatever it is that brought you here, Rockwell's the one behind it. After seeing this place, is it really a stretch? I've been confined to this house for years, and even I can tell you, things aren't right in Halcyon. Whatever Rockwell's doing, he'll be doing it from the HHC headquarters. Your best lead is to look for details in his office.
This all feels off, Captain. Like when there's a storm coming, but everything's quiet and still.
Believe me, things have been off around here for a very, very long time. A reckoning is most certainly due.
If it's dirty, it's a job for Sam.
It's filthy indeed, my mechanical friend. Rife with the worst sort of corruption. Why, this is starting to sound like an issue of Dissident Hunter. Halcyon Holdings Corporation, the collective of companies that run the colony together. Allegedly in partnership with the Earth Directorate and appointed Minister of Earth. Via the Acropolis District, of course. That's where the most important corporate and government facilities are. But only board employees are allowed into the district. There's a heavily guarded checkpoint just down the street. There might be a route through the maintenance tunnels, but I'm afraid I don't know specifics. Most people avoid the area for obvious reasons.
Hm.
When you reach the HHC building, this access card should get you up to the executive suites, where the chairman's office and what used to be my office are. Oh, I haven't been allowed up there in years. I shudder to think what Rockwell's done with the place. A gilded minibar, perhaps? A personal theater. A man has too much money and too little sense.
Ist dann die Frage, ob die Zugangskarte überhaupt noch funktioniert, oder?
The board's lackeys are none too bright. I simply claimed I'd lost it and hid it somewhere no one would think to look. I merely hid it in a book. No one reads anything longer than a few pages around here. There are a few advantages to dealing with imbeciles. Wait! Rockwell has one of the only terminals capable of transmitting to the Earthbound message drone. This is our chance. Please, take this and transmit it from his office. Rockwell hasn't given me any messages from Earth for years. He's desperate to keep me out of contact with the Earth Directorate. But they need to know what's happening here. What isn't on it is the real question. I've gathered meeting minutes, internal messages, sustainability reports, and more, all exposing the corruption and mismanagement plaguing Halcyon. Once the rest of the Earth Directorate sees it, they'll have to send help.
But they wouldn't get here for... I don't even know. Shouldn't we do something our own selves?
It's worth a try, but the Earth Directorate still needs that message. We must hope for their intervention. Perhaps there is hope after all. And now I entrust it to you. Good luck, and trust no one in the Acropolis district.
Okay. Nee, von unten kam ich. Na gut. Ja, gut. Manchmal ist das Navi ein bisschen komisch. Okay, das heißt, wir müssen jetzt in den Versorgungstunnel. Achso, da muss ich natürlich nach unten. Dann kann ich jetzt wahrscheinlich die Treppe runter. Ah, nee. Oder doch? Weil doch man doch hier den Graben runter konnte. Aber das ist doch der Haupteingang. Ja, ja, mein Fehler.
You been watering my plants, Sam?
Cannot process the command watering.
I mean, cleaning. You been cleaning my plants?
Sanitization of photosynthesizing organism is outside of this unit's operational parameters. Service cannot be rendered as requested. Customer.
Just try not to clean the walls and the floor and my bed and the ceiling too, all right?
Weil das wäre ja auch eher Kanalisation als ein Versorgungstunnel, oder?
Estimated wait time 87,546,541
Geht trotzdem nochmal in die Richtung.
minutes.
Gosh, that's clever.
Ja, aber wäre das noch ein Hintereingang gewesen in das Gebäude? Ah, okay. Ich habe einfach zwei Wege hier rein. Und ich habe beide freigeschaltet sozusagen. Und nur einen dann genommen. So, jetzt müssen wir hier den Versorgungstunnel finden. Wo ist der Versorgungstunnel? Also ich kann mich hier getarnt reinbegeben.
Keep your shoulders up.
Was ist hier? Das Ministerium für Akkuratheit und Moral. Aha. Oder ist das der Versorgungstunnel da? Ah ja. Aber war ich da nicht schon mal? Kommt mir so bekannt vor hier. Ja, hier war ich doch schon mal. Stimmt, da war doch noch der zweite Weg, den ich noch nicht gegangen war. Den ich jetzt natürlich total wieder finden werde. Genau, weil hier war ich noch nicht. Werkbank. Aber wo komme ich hier jetzt hin? Übergang Byzantium. Ja, das ist halt nicht hilfreich. Wo komme ich jetzt raus? Wartungstunnel. Ach, jetzt bin ich wieder hier. Okay. Das war neben der Poststation, oder? Gucken wir mal hier noch. Gott, 40 Erfahrung, das war... Oh nein, das war jetzt genau so viel, dass ich überladen bin, oder was? Das war tatsächlich einmal eine interessante Menge. So. Moment. Ich würde nur sicher gehen, dass das jetzt nicht die Wissenschaftswaffe ist. Flammenwerfer. Der Überzeuger. Spacer's Choice. Okay. Gut, dann suchen wir mal den Weg. Ganze Labyrinth hier unten. Ah. Aber ist das nicht das, wo ich jetzt herkam? Ich bin total verwirrt. Ach, Moment. Ging es bloß darum, weil ich da nicht durch darf? Habe ich das komplett falsch verstanden? Naja.
Captain, I stand out here like a big, greasy thumb.
Welcome to the official headquarters of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Board. Today's greeting is brought to you by Auntie Cleo, a subsidiary of Polway Pharmaceuticals.
State your business. Nothing exciting ever happens around here. Please step away. This entry is for high-priority HHC business only. Huh. I didn't realize we were still using those iridescent stickers. But this looks right. I'll just need you to register your weapons with a revised request to carry 32B form. Each weapon will need a separate form. Now, let's see. Damn it. When did I run out of forms? You don't have to be sarcastic about it. Look, you don't have time to wait on new forms, and I can't afford the citations for impeding HAC business. So I'm going to save us both some trouble and waive your forms. Just know there are a bunch of guards upstairs, and they're all high on dervish mist and low on patience. So try anything funny, and they'll paint the walls with your guts.
Habe ich schon verstanden, ja. Aber ich habe ja Sam dabei. Der hat keine Eingeweide. Muahahaha. So, bin ich mal gespannt. Geschlossen, jetzt muss ich erst hier einmal verhandeln, ne?
Apologies for the wait. I was arranging my stationery. Personal assistant to Adjutant Akande and Chairman Rockwell. I'm also responsible for organizing the adjutant's stationery, which is more of a hobby. The art of arranging stationery is a never-ending source of joy and satisfaction. Will there be anything else? Personal assistant. Ah. Oh, you were being serious. I'm obliged to inform you that Chairman Rockwell is unavailable for an indeterminate duration. Will there be anything else?
Okay, da komme ich jetzt nicht rein. Ich versuche das... Ah, nee. Sehr verdächtig.
Excuse me, just a moment.
Kommt der jetzt angelaufen?
Is there something I can do? I beg your pardon. Minister Clark's former office is currently closed to solicitors. I suppose that is admissible. Please try not to break anything.
Wow. Schlechteste Ausrede der Welt, würde ich sagen.
One person gets all this space. Just to sign papers all day?
Moment, erstmal noch umgucken. Ich habe immer Angst, dass dann irgendwas getriggert wird und ich dann nicht mehr plündern kann. So.
Good afternoon. I'm Chairman Rockwell, and I'm here to address a serious issue facing us. As you all know, our colony has been successful beyond our wildest dreams. Unfortunately, we've recently discovered that our food supply will not be able to sustain Halcyon's population in the long term. Everyone will die. Everyone will slowly stop living from malnutrition. But we're doing it together, And that's what matters. I fucking swear, if someone doesn't give me something to read that will placate the masses soon, all of you will find yourselves violently unemployed. But I can assure you there's nothing to fear. We've got a solution. It's called the Lifetime Employment Program. We will freeze most of the colony to preserve resources, while the best and brightest of Byzantium continue living in prosperity. Look, you idiots! How many times do I have to tell you we can't say shit like that? Fire whoever wrote this! While Halcyon's brightest minds solve the problem of our nutritional shortage, the rest of the colony will be placed in suspended animation. Individuals will be revived on a rotating basis, so that every Halcyonite can be part of the important work of saving our colony. By testing paperweights. Sorry, couldn't resist. Let's go again. And someday, in the not-too-distant future when we've solved this crisis, we'll all be back together again working for the good of Halcyon. Until then, the board shall provide for the deserving just as it always has. So, obey your supervisors, take your vitamins, follow your corporate-mandated grooming rituals, and rest assured with the board on your side, there is nothing to worry about.
That was all a story, wasn't it? It's not real.
Da ist wieder zu Clark wahrscheinlich, oder? Hm? Aber wo beschaffe ich das? Ach so. In dem Ministerium für Akkuratheit und
What's
Moral.
occupying your brain tubes today, Sam?
Soll das ein Gesicht sein? 2 Augen und ein Mund? Defeat our foes. So, okay. Habe ich das hier durchschaut? So. Das ist die Frage. Hä, was ist denn jetzt passiert? Ist wahrscheinlich eine dumme Idee. Aber wo ist das jetzt? Unter mir. Komme ich denn nach unten?
Not so fast. The Ministry of Accuracy and Morale is off limits to everyone without X-36 level clearance. Basically, if you don't work here, or for Chairman Rockwell himself, you're not getting in. I don't know how you got that, but I still don't know you, and I don't have any new clearances on the list.
Nee. Okay, jetzt muss ich mir jetzt hier irgendwie einen Zugang besorgen. Das Gute ist ja, dass diese ganzen Rätsel nicht so schwierig sind. Die Stadt und die Sterne. So.
Soldier?
Wenn die mich jetzt sehen, ist vorbei, oder? Das heißt, ich brauche hier erst wieder einen Ausweis. Der muss ja dann auch irgendwo relativ offen rumliegen. Wahrscheinlich oben.
Hey, did Tillman get transferred or something?
That's right. You weren't here when it happened. Some UDL officers took him into custody.
Oh, law, what did they take him for?
UDL's been questioned.
Verkaufsautomat. Gar nicht so einfach. Gerade noch gesagt, dass es nicht so schwer ist, hier die Sachen zu finden. Und ich könnte mich hier relativ einfach durchballern, ja. Halte ich jetzt aber für eine nicht optimale Vorgehensweise. Ich bin doch jetzt nicht getarnt, oder? Also ich probiere es jetzt mal aus. Ah, doch. Ach, das ist... Aber wenn ich das jetzt knack, dann greifen die mich an.
No visitors allowed, citizen. I'm going to need to see some identification.
Dies ist nicht der Ausweis, den du brauchst.
What? I don't need to see your identification. Move along.
Ja, aber ist jetzt immer noch nicht der Ort, den ich suche. Wo ist denn jetzt der Weg nach unten? Ah, hier. Mann, Mann, Mann. Ganz schön kompliziert.
What's this I hear about you ordering more tests performed with sample 4157? That's actually...
Mann, die Kunst ist ja hier, sich nicht zu verlaufen. Ist das jetzt der Ausgang? Ach, shit. Ja, warum sind hier so viele Aufzüge? Jetzt ist natürlich gleich so weit, dass ich hier erwischt werde. Lädt sich das jetzt irgendwie wieder auf?
No visitors allowed, citizen. I'm gonna need to see some identification. What? I don't need to see your identification. Move along.
Okay. So, ich muss darüber irgendwie. Ich hätte bestimmt auch irgendwo einen Ausweis kriegen können.
Great work.
Ah, vielleicht ist das der richtige Weg mit dem Rot.
Keep your eyes out for dissidents.
Ja. Nee, hier war ich schon, oder? Ja. Da war ich schon.
This area is for authorized personnel only. You're not supposed to be here, are you? I guess that's what I was wondering. When you put it that way, it does sound pretty unlikely. Still, you should go. I don't think the other guards will be as rational about this as I am.
Ja, wenn der Weg halt ein bisschen einfacher wäre, verdammt. Ja, aber hier ist ein Shortcut. Okay. Oh nein. So. Wo sitzt der Ausgang? Sieht's aus.
Unable to process the specific customer service request. Please repeat the order.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, das heißt jetzt wieder zu Phineas. Genau.
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest. You have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports. And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career. I'm glad to hear that. This may come as a surprise, but I happen to enjoy your work. I've been keeping up with you ever since Emerald Vale. Now that was an interesting piece of work. A rundown backwater, barely worth the ink on a map. Until you showed up. You walked through Edgewater and in your wake transformed it from a loyal company town to a haven for dissidents. I'm actually a little impressed. All this happened because some mysterious stranger fell out of the sky. You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate. Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us. He has a litany of charges against him. Vandalism, illegal experimentation, sedition. I could go on. Wells is a dangerous madman. His plan is going to endanger everyone in Halcyon. He's an obsessive psychopath. And he's using you. You're in contact with Wells. I want you to send us a tracing signal from his communication terminal. Wells was our mistake. We failed to apprehend him for years. I'm asking you to help me correct that mistake. I'm sending you my access code. Contact me from Wells's terminal. When you're done, come speak to me in my office.
Adjutant Akonde's call has been terminated. Will there be anything else, Captain?
Joa. Ich will ihn eigentlich nicht ausliefern.
We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab.
Schauen wir mal. Kann ich nicht erst die Quest mit ihm zu Ende machen und die danach verpfeifen?
I've kept myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. I'll take as much as you can give me. Human test subjects. Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board.
Oh, ich sehe gerade, die Stunde ist schon rum.
Thank you. You've brought me enough chemicals to get started, at least. I'm just sorry they came at the cost of human lives. Those poor people, they must have died in agony. What exactly was the board trying to accomplish? You say the board's trying to freeze their subjects over and over again without inflicting permanent damage? Well, they're nowhere close to solving that problem. Something about this feels wrong. I don't know why the board would ever conduct such an experiment, unless they're working on some kind of hibernation technology. I'll tell you this much. The board scientists are hopelessly lost. After years of fruitless experimentation, they've made exactly zero progress. I know! I've suspected as much for years. Of course, I don't expect the board to do a thing about it. They've been driving our colony to the brink of destruction for decades. The board's mismanagement put our colony on the road to collapse. If we don't put a stop to them, thousands of colonists are going to die. Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse? And the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers.
Wäre aber schon ein bisschen krass.
Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope. Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius! We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab. Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
I don't know much about skip drives, not the physics anyhow. I do know the Hope's real massive. How's our bitty little ship supposed to skip it?
Excellent question, my sharp-witted mechanic. You will use your own ship to power up the Hope's skip drive. Your navigational computer can handle the rest.
Experimental methods for killing noxious life forms are not covered under this unit's limited liability agreement.
Well said, whatever you are. You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope's skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately. I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers, scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it. You absolutely should. The adjutant must have sent you some kind of tracking code. If you don't use the code, she'll suspect you betrayed her. I think you should use the code and send a corrupted tracking signal. That should buy me some time. The board's going to catch up to me sooner or later. This way I'll have time to set up some particularly nasty defenses. Use my communications terminal to corrupt the tracking signal. While the board busies themselves trying to decipher it, I'll have plenty of time to prepare my defenses. Certainly. How can I help? It wouldn't surprise me. When I pulled you out of the Hope, the board nearly intercepted me. I expect they stepped up security since my little act of larceny. Skip drives were never designed to be used within a system, but I skipped my ship across Halcyon when I rescued you, and that turned out fine, mostly. That is, I ruined my ship and nearly killed myself in the process, but the maneuver was well within acceptable margins of risk. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Unlikely. The Hope is as massive as the Groundbreaker, but compared to the rings of Terra 2, positively minuscule. The board might notice, possibly, depending on the position of their heads relative to the depth of their collective posteriors.
Okay, dann machen wir hier Schluss. Ich danke euch schon mal fürs Zuschauen. Wenn es euch gefallen hat, lasst mir ein Like und ein Abo da. Schreibt mir das Nettes in die Kommentare. Und dann sehen wir uns zur nächsten Folge wieder bei Outer Worlds. Tschüss.